Allegations of a teacher making stereotypical comments about religion and questioning a student's accommodation letter occurred in a biology class this semester. Reporter Chandler McIntosh addressed these accusations with students in the biology class who challenged LSU faculty for an inclusive and educational environment.
We got like 5 minutes.
Be treated with respect and dignity. LSU student Maram Khalaf was a target because of her appearance.
I met with her prior to class and content start coming out, and there was just a few comments that it was just out of place.
Khalaf enrolled in a biology class with Dr. Dominique Homburger, who began to question Khalaf's nationality status, even though Khalaf is from Baton Rouge.
Asking very personal questions about my personal life, like, am I an immigrant? Where am I from? Where's my parents from? Just assuming based on the way that I present myself.
When Khalaf didn't understand the word obliquely, Homburger believed that Khalaf didn't know English.
He was like, how do you communicate if your English is not well? Maybe you could drop out of college, take a few months off, and improve your English. Of course, I didn't say anything back. I'm not sure how exactly to respond.
LSU student Kayla Mayo has also witnessed Dr. Homburger's targeting comments towards Khalaf when Homburger handed out test scores.
But to everybody else, it was like, oh, y'all can do better. And then when Maram came to class, she was like, oh, you haven't dropped it yet. And I thought it was very much showy. I thought it was so unnecessary to do that in front of everyone, because obviously she hasn't dropped the class if she came to class. And she went on for a while, just like, oh, well, I thought you had dropped the class. I thought you were going to drop. And I also think it was well, now you're letting everyone else know that she's, not doing so well.
Khalaf was not fazed by Dr. Homburger's comments until Homburger questioned Khalaf's accommodation letter.
The first time before our lecture to tell her my situation, and these are my accommodations that I need, and I understand that this class is heavy, what should I do? Basically didn't really believe in any other accommodations that were there, said there was no reason for it, and basically based all the issues on the distractions of religion and culture.
Homburger's comments shocked Khalaf and caused her to feel like an outsider compared to the rest of her class.
Every time I did speak to her about it, or I emailed her about it, or a one-on-one, or just in classroom interactions, I realized this is more than just how she feels about society, or how she, that's her views or personal opinion. And I think it's just a little too much. Later on, students start telling me, you didn't see what she did. What are you going to do? And I'm just I don't know. What am I going to do?
Students in the Biology 3152 class were uncomfortable with Dr. Homburger's actions and wrote a letter expressing concerns to the College of Science Dean, Cynthia Peterson. The letter states that there have been multiple incidents where students blatantly do not feel comfortable in the class. Khalaf's negative encounter with Dr. Homburger was stated in the letter as a professor inappropriately commented on a student's English proficiency as a reason for not succeeding in her course. Making comments about students' personal and medical decisions and their irrelevance to the course material were also discussed in the letter. When asked to comment on the letters and issues at hand, the College of Science Dean, Cynthia Peterson, declined to comment. An anonymous student that wrote the letter on behalf of the class shared with the dean that the letter's intention is to hopefully open a dialogue with Dr. Homburger. Dr. Homburger declined to comment when asked to discuss her actions and comments toward students. Khalaf notified LSU Title IX about her situation, and while the Office of Title IX cannot discuss the issue due to privacy laws, Deputy Title IX Coordinator Asha Murphy said when a report involves an employee of LSU, the Office of Civil Rights and Title IX partners with both the unit and Human Resource Management to determine the best way to move forward. Khalaf was told by Title IX that the only thing she could do was look into a formal investigation, but hiring a lawyer and conducting an investigation against Homburger seemed pointless since Khalaf graduates next semester. The feelings of exclusion make it hard for Khalaf to speak to others about LSU's commitment to students' well-being.
And tell them hey, LSU is great, you're never going to have any problems, it's fine, everyone loves you. That's not the case.
Addressing incidents when students face unfair treatment is crucial for an environment, but few options to end a teacher's discrimination can undermine LSU's push for inclusion. For Tiger TV News, I'm Chandler McIntosh.
While this is still under investigation by LSU, stay up to date with us for more information as we get it.